Hello everybody and welcome to CFC TV. This is our Crystal Palace preview. As you can see, we are in a slightly different setting, but I hope you enjoy it. We're still looking over beautiful SW6. I'm joined today by a very special guest, Statman Dave. If you don't follow him on Twitter already, follow him. His stats are brilliant. What's your Twitter at?
Statman Dave, simple as anything. Search into Google and just follow everything, subscribe to everything, and have, general stats and all that fun.
There you go. So everything you need to know about football, I can actually do with some of your knowledge.
Okay.
Okay then, guys. So on to Palace, but first we're going to talk about the Sunderland game. How good was that?
Obviously, it was a big result for Chelsea. Eden Hazard has been probably for me Chelsea's best player this season in the Premier League. He's been freed up on the counter-attack, doesn't really have to do any defending, which plays to his strengths, his ability on the ball, his ability to take players on, create chances and so forth. And also in possession with the wing-back, he can drift inside and so forth. But obviously Conte had a big decision, obviously with him out injured, what to do.
Exactly. So obviously, our best player of the year last year was Willian, and I have a lot of confidence in Willian. Everybody knows how much I love him. I think he's a brilliant player. I think he's a brilliant team player. Obviously, he's had some personal issues this season, and Eden obviously as well within his right deserved his place in the team, but it seemed to work well.
It worked 100% well, yeah. Willian coming in for Hazard, but the big one for me was Fabregas for Matic.
Exactly.
Very important change. Chelsea this season have been creating a lot down that left-hand side. What Conte did against Sunderland was flip it round, and they created a lot down that right, with Fabregas right central midfielder, Willian on the right wing, and then Costa obviously being Costa at his best.
Exactly. Now, I actually said, I'm going to have to little dig at Rory here, I actually said that we should put Fabregas in the team, and he was like, nah, Matic, and I was like, no, Fabregas. And he clearly, I think it's so clear that he wants to play. He's obviously upset. He tweets things like, oh, I've missed this feeling when he scored his goals, things like that. But there's no reason why. I honestly feel like, and I feel like Antonio Conte is the sort of manager that will keep players in the team based on how well they're playing, not just their name.
100%. I think that's the thing. Fabregas has fought his way back into the side. The crucial assist for the goal against Manchester City. But the big thing against Sunderland was his creativity. Rory was wrong. You've got to admit that right now. Rory was wrong. Fabregas was so dominant in the game. Obviously scored the winner. Completed more passes than any other player on the pitch. 98 of them. That's 26 more than any other player on the pitch. But also created more chances. Only Willian had more shots on goal. So quite frankly, Rory was wrong.
Oh my god, I think I'm going to get shouted out after this video. Okay then, so now, more importantly, towards the end of the game, as we all knew, if we won that game against London, we were going to go 6 points clear at the top. Obviously, Arsenal dropped points against Everton earlier on in the week. Courtois' save. It was crucial in the last minutes. Both teams made some quite crucial saves in that, but for us, Courtois really made the difference and actually surprised me.
Absolutely huge. Courtois has been sort of the unsung hero in a way. He's been making his saves, been getting along with business. The wing backs have got credit, the centre backs have got credit. David Luiz is a hero, Jesus the second coming. But in terms of Courtois, big saves in the game. You mentioned the one at the end, but he brilliant save in Adnan Januzaj 1v1 around 20 minutes gone. Obviously Sunderland could have taken that lead and then sat back and counter attack. So big performance from Courtois, especially against Sunderland and the week before against Manchester City. But in terms of clean sheets, obviously Chelsea have kept more than any other team in the Premier League this season, and that has got to be down to their back five and of course Courtois.
Party over here. Look guys, it was a massive win for us, and that now means that we are top of the league and 6 points clear, which is huge and actually so unexpected. I think everybody writ us off this season. To be fair, I actually predicted top 6, and now we're actually challenging for the title, which is amazing. We're going into the Christmas period, and then obviously into January, and we could not be in a better position. So how are Palace doing in the Premier League this season so far?
Well, they are struggling. Pardew's going for a pretty tough run in terms of his management career at Crystal Palace. He unleashed a secret weapon against Manchester United. That was playing Wilfried Zaha as a striker next to Christian Benteke in a 4-4-2 shape, but it really sort of caught Palace out, especially in that first half. Man United set up in a 4-3-2-1 with both of their wide forwards moving into the number 10 space. Juan Mata, obviously Chelsea fans know enough about him, and Wayne Rooney really dictated the play in that zone and overloaded them centrally, pretty much a 5v4, the centre of the pitch. What Chelsea could do then potentially is play their two wide forwards quite narrow against Crystal Palace, the likes of Willian, and then potentially Cesc Fabregas in that area.
Who stands out for you as being Palace's danger man? Who does Chelsea have to look out for?
So in terms of danger man for Crystal Palace this season in the Premier League, it's got to be Wilfried Zaha. Only Eden Hazard has completed more dribbles than the potential Ivory Coast international. He's been rumoured to play for them, but in terms of his play with the ball at his feet, he's been a lot better. His decision making has improved tenfold. In terms of assists in the Premier League, only De Bruyne has got more. He's tied with Lallana and Matic on 6 assists in the Premier League, and his relationship with Christian Benteke has been quite good. Benteke is a forward that went to Liverpool and they didn't play his style of football, but you go back to the Villa days when they're playing long to Benteke, when they're getting crosses into the box, that's when you have a very dominant Christian Benteke, and that's what Zaha's doing. Simple, getting the ball, beating his man, putting the ball into the box. That's where Chelsea potentially could look out for a real threat down that right hand side or left hand side, whichever side Zaha plays on. He's very very flexible forward, but that's the big danger for them.
Exactly. I'm sure we're going to be fine, guys, but all things to look out for, of course. Your stats blow my mind. I'm literally like this. Wow.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God.
Where do these numbers come from?
This is like an educational, I don't know, an educational video. Okay, guys, so our team sheet is up now. So as you can see, guys, we've only actually made one change to the team, which is having Eden Hazard in for Willian. Now, Conte has assured us that he was only missed under as a precaution and that he should be back for our game against Palace. So, right decision?
Yeah, I think so. I think Hazard has been so good this season that he can't not be in the team. In terms of the goals he's scored, he's already doubled his tally of last season. He scored 0.53 goals per game. That's about 1 every 2 games. If he continues this scoring rate, he'll beat his record in the Premier League and end up on 20 goals. So he's been absolutely awesome. But if he's not fit, potentially throwing Fabregas into that forward position onto that left-hand side, getting him to drift inside and being a number 10 with Willian could work quite well. And then you're getting Matic back in that side, a bit of physicality in central midfield with the likes of Benteke. I think that could be a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, as of the moment, we've left Matic out. But guys, tell us what you think. Do you think we should have Matic in? Obviously, we don't want to. The only thing I think people worry about when they play Fabregas is that we don't have that strength in the midfield. Do you know what I mean? And we're worried that we're going to concede. However, for me, I feel like Fabregas is more than earned his place in the team. And obviously, we want to score goals. So at the moment, that's what he's doing for us. He's bringing something different to the team, and he's doing really well. So, and like I said, I'm all for Conte's sort of method. I believe that players should be playing if they're performing very well on the pitch as well in training. I don't think it should be based on just their names. Okay then, guys, so there you have it. There is our Palace preview. Don't forget, you can follow Dave on Twitter, StatmanDave. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts, comment below, and if you like this video, why don't you subscribe? We'll see you all at Palace on Saturday.